Photography is great and everything, but you don't hear voices on photography. Like you don't see movement on photography.
Right.
So it's a certain element that videos can bring to your day that lives on forever.
Yes.
Like a little beyond a photograph.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Long story short, the groom and them wound up asking me to come and actually do the wedding as well. You know, we got cool, it was there. So I was like, all right, I'll come out. But I had on jean shorts, bro. Sneakers, I think a hat or something, and like a polo shirt. I wasn't ready. I didn't know anything about wedding attire or anything. So
welcome back to Wedding Dreams Unveiled, the wedding podcast that's trying to help brides, grooms, help all the couples out there to navigate this difficult world of wedding planning. I'm your host, Livingston Lee, and with a decade of experience and many, many weddings captured, I think that I can help you, and I'm here to tell you some of the do's and don'ts of wedding photography. Today, I got my main man, Dwayne Hazlewood from Hazlewood Films here, that's going to go over some of the stuff and some of the issues and some of the things to make wedding planning for your video team a lot better. Welcome, my man Hazlewood.
Oh, man, thank you for having me, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. How you been, man?
I've been well, man. I've been well.
All
How about
right.
you?
Yeah, I've been good, man. Thank God, man. And, you know, just trying to help these brides out and let them see exactly that wedding planning doesn't have to be so hard if you got somewhat of a guide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How long you been in the wedding business? I know you're doing some other things like the hat business. You know, I love that hat, man. That's nice. That's nice.
Thank you.
I know you got the hat business going on. I know you're doing weddings. I know you're doing a lot of stuff with corporate stuff, man. So you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started and all of that?
Yeah. So I'm Dwayne Hazlewood, owner of Hazlewood Films. I specialize on the wedding side. I specialize in wedding films.
Okay.
I've been doing it for about going on 7 years.
Okay.
Based in the DMV and surrounding areas. And how I got into it, man, by mistake. I was doing videography, general videography. And then somebody contacted me to come out and video some grooms for them.
Okay.
It's my first time.
Right.
Like, hey, can you go knock out the grooms or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet. And long story short, the groom and them wound up asking me to come and actually do the wedding as well. You know, we got cool, it was there. So I was like, all right, I'll come out. But I had on jean shorts, bro. Sneakers, I think a hat or something, and like a polo shirt. I wasn't ready. I didn't know anything about wedding attire or anything. So I'm like, wow, I showed up with shorts and on a wedding day.
Right.
And, you know,
which usually, you know, some people do that, but you know, we don't get down like that.
Yeah. But it wound up being fun. I wound up learning some stuff, and the bride and groom loved the video. And from there, I just started. I kept doing it. I changed my attire, but I kept doing it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, like we worked together before, man, and you know, many of my couples, man, they love your work. You know, all of the couples that I recommended to you, man, you know, they love what you do, man, because of the of what you bring to it. You know, it's that cinema feel what you bring to it. You know, if y'all don't know about Hazlewood Films, look him up online, and we'll get his information more toward the end of the podcast. But yeah, look my man up, man. So why should a wedding couple, like, why should they hire a videographer?
I believe a wedding couple should hire a videographer because of the storytelling side that a videographer can deliver versus photography. Right. Photography is great and everything, but you don't hear voices on photography. Like you don't see movement on photography. Right. You know, so is a certain element that videos can bring to your day that lives on forever. Yes. Like a little beyond a photograph.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree, man. You know, I'm a photographer and I dabble in video, you know, from time to time, like for YouTube stuff or, you know, just creating a couple of like fusion videos with photos and videos, you know, and you know, but I don't get into it like you and some of the other videographers out there, man. You guys do a great job, and you come up with your big camera rigs and all of that stuff, man. But
Right.
I always tell couples, to get a photographer and a videographer.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's difficult to, tell that story with just photos. I mean, it can be done. We can put together a great slideshow, and all of that stuff. But it's something when it comes down to having a video, and while we're on that subject, I know there are, like different packages like for video. Do you want to kind of go over some of the packages? Like I know like some of them you can just get like a trailer or, just like a quick, just 4-minute, 3-minute video of just, highlights of your day, or you can get like a full feature one. Like what are the different like packages that are offered in the video world?
So what I offer is a full feature package.
Yep.
Which is your highlight film,
plus
your full ceremony, your full toast, your full first dance, things like that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you offer just the highlight film where all that stuff is in there, but it's pieces, it's snippets of it. It's not the full thing.
Right.
So so those are 2 packages I offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could a couple go to a videographer and just say, hey, we want to just do a highlight of the day?
Yes.
And so we can just do like a highlight of the day,
yes.
Or you can do the full featured one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you got options if you're out there and you're looking for a videographer. Some of the options are full featured and some of them are trailers. And, I guess you can just pick whichever one you want, right?
Yeah. I would recommend the full feature, but some people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that because I had situations where people just got just a highlight.
Yep.
But then they will contact me asking, do you have a shot of this and a shot of that? And they might say, do you have the part where this happened? And because I'm shooting for a highlight, I might have just cut the clip off right before that happened. Because I'm not in the mindset of just getting everything and then breaking it down later. So I would recommend
the full feature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so you have everything.
Just you can have it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yeah. What should a couple like? If you had to give advice to a wedding couple, like as far as the videographer, what would you tell them? Like, make sure that he or she does this, or make sure you get that, or this is what they'll need, or like, what is some advice that you would give a couple about video and film?
I would tell a couple to first do some homework, do some research on different types of videographers and photographers and things like that, because a lot of times they think that we all just general, we all do the same thing, shoot the same thing, and they don't understand there's different styles. Or sometimes they don't know what they want. It might have been something they saw, but they don't know what that is.
Right.
And then they think that you're just going to show up and give them that.
Okay.
A lot of times people will hire you because somebody told them you're a videographer, but there's different types of photographers and videographers, right? We all specialize in different things. So I would say when it comes to videography, figure out, do you want a video or a film?
Okay.
Right? Because it's 2 different things and it's shot 2 different ways.
Okay.
Do you want something that looks good on social media, but it might play out in a couple of years with different, things that's popular right now as far as like stuff on Instagram and everything. But 3 years from now, it might be played. Or do you want something that's timeless, something evergreen, something that's created not to be like on the internet and stuff, but something for you and your spouse to sit down and drink some wine and look at it on a big screen and all that kind of stuff. Because those things are important when you're talking to your videographer. When you tell them, this is the feel I want for my film or video.
Okay.
And then we'll know that we are filming this for the big screen, for you to be at home looking at it on because the experience is different. From looking at something on a phone versus on the couch, dim lights, candle lit, you and the spouse with some wine, and we will shoot things different based on we trying to capture this for you. But you have to know a little bit of something of what you want before you hire your shooter. Okay.
So like just something you said about the film and the what else did you say? The film
like
or
video
video
versus
like what's the difference between film and video, if you know, explaining it to, you know, a bride and a groom who's you know, at your studio doing a consultation, and they say, you know, well, what is the difference between the film and the video?
Okay, so these are just my opinions. Everybody gonna have a different.
No, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's what makes us all different.
Right. So with me, like a video, it's a video and a film. None of them is better than the other. They just two different things, in my opinion.
Yep.
When you're doing the video, like right now, I could take out my phone right now and start recording you, and it'd be a video.
Right.
But if I want to shoot a film, now I'm like, hold up. I'm strategically thinking about where I'm gonna place the light, what frame I'm gonna put them in.
Okay.
What's the mood for this? Like, why am I doing this?
Right.
What lens I'm gonna use and why? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little more thought that goes into a film than just a video.
Right.
Anybody can whip out a phone and shoot a video.
Right.
But I feel like you can shoot videos, but you create films.
I got you.
Right. So, but it's not one that's better than the other. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
So if I'm just doing the video and I pull out my camera on my phone and shoot you right now, when I do a video, I will move certain things out the way. I will take the light and move it here so I can invoke different moods. So it's a little more thinking and planning that goes into shooting a film.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I understand what you're saying, because like on like a film would be more so like a movie, almost, you know,
storytelling.
Yeah, whereas though like a video is more so like kind of like just a commercial in between the film.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like because like we was just watching that Da Vinci Resolve video, man, which is awesome, like which is super awesome. You know, just their highlight reel, man, of, you know, what they did, and it makes you want to do stuff,
right?
And it showed you all of the different ways how they shot different films,
right?
You know, but they showed you that in a quick video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, that's
it was a highlight. It was just like a bunch of clips put together for that video. Right? Yeah, a bunch of clips of films. Put together for that video.
Exactly, which was awesome, man. So yeah. Thanks for that knowledge, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like destination weddings. Like, how do you, like, if you're going on a destination wedding, what would be the approach for like a destination wedding? Like, if you're going to, I don't know, like Punta Cana, or you're going to Jamaica or something like that to shoot a wedding, you know, like what is the approach to that? And do you have any advice for couples that are doing destination, that are taking their videographers to destination weddings?
I haven't done many destination weddings, but I've heard a few things. Some people I know, I would say for the videographers to learn about the location, learn about the do's and don'ts, the rules. A lot of people think we can just fly drones anywhere and get these shots. So if it's a bride and groom and they thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this nice drone shot of the venue and all, when you're looking for your shooter, if you plan on getting drone stuff, make sure that they certified to fly. Make sure they got their pilot license. Because everybody just can't pull out a drone and start flying.
That's right.
You know, learn the culture there, the do's and don'ts of the location. You know, like stuff like that. But if you might have, like, some people see these destination locations online, they see these beautiful drone shots and things like that, and they think that we can just get a videographer. A lot of them think all of us have drones. They think all of us have drones, right. Yeah. But we don't. Yeah. But just
I sold mine, by the way.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can use this to buy a nice lens or something, you know.
Fly twice a year.
Or you just fly like just for the beginning of the video. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or
quick couple
like
seconds.
Yeah, quick couple of seconds.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing against my drone photographers out there now. You know, it's just,
we can bring them with us. If you just understand, if you want the drone shots and all, there is another fee when they're booking us. So you have to get hire a drone pilot that's certified to fly in those locations. So
because even like places here in the States, man, like in DC, like you really can't even put a drone in the sky.
Not downtown.
Like, you know, it's just like, nope.
If it's small airports nearby, hospitals or jails or anything close by, like you can't. And if you can fly, you can only go up but so far. You know, so
they're strict in DC, strict. Man. You know, so, and I guess that's because that's the capital, but it's really, really strict, like really, really strict.
Yeah.
In DC, man.
So they gotta know that.
But yeah, no, that's good stuff, man. So like when it come down to videography, like the cost, like I know photography is expensive, wedding planners is expensive, videographers, catering, and all of those things are expensive. So one of the questions I try to get to ask so that, you know, our wedding couples that are looking at these videos or listening to these videos know is why does videography cost so much? Like what is it that, you know, makes it cost so much?
Right. The time.
Okay.
The time, right? A lot of times when people hire you, like if they have the venue, let's say 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
This is why I don't do hourly no more.
Okay.
They in their mind they think they're hiring you for 6 to 8 hours. Let's say 8 hours. They think they're hiring you for 8 hours.
Right.
And then if you tell them your price,
Yep.
and they think, well, man, it's only 8 hours. See, in their head, they only see you there shooting for 8 hours.
Right.
But what they don't understand is that it takes about another 10 to 15 hours to edit.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that you're not being charged by the time, it's by the project.
Right.
What I charge for the project.
I got you.
So they also, some of them think it's just you. They don't understand that you have
a team.
Yeah. Right? That's pretty much the whole day. We're with them from prep to the end of reception.
Yeah.
So they might see, oh, you're only there for 8 hours, but they don't understand mentally you've been with them from the time you woke up, sometimes you got in your car at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Like they mentally book your mind for a day.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yep.
And your skill or whatever it is you do, because we have to prep. You know, it's a little different than photographers. Like, I do photography too, but you know, we can put a photographer can put everything in a bag and grab that joint and go.
Yeah, not a videographer.
You ever see a videographer coming with all that equipment?
I've seen you. I'll be like, you be like, I need a table.
I need.
Why you need a table? And then you set your stuff up like what you was just setting up in here, man. Yeah. Showing me some stuff that now you got me ready to buy some new stuff, man, for in here. But it's awesome, man.
Lighting and audio.
Yeah.
See, photographers, which is, you know, the advantage, they just worry about if they got a light ceiling, a white ceiling, anything like that, to bounce your flash and stuff like that, and you put your off-camera flash in the corners, you're good. But we got to worry about audio, lighting, movement, you know, a lot of stuff moving at one time, getting that all in the frame, random stuff happening that we can't do over. Yeah, you know, you only get one time to get these shots right.
That's right.
So there's a lot more stress on you to get it right the first time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then we got tons and tons of clips. So it's not like photography where we can shoot 1,000 clips and do a batch edit of all them shots in one thing and be edited in like an hour or two.
Right.
We have to meticulously go through each clip of that day to find the best shots. And when you do, you have to be able to color grade that, get the audio right, tell the story with all these clips. So you might go home with 2,000-3,000 shots of a video or a film.
Yeah.
And then you got to spend hours and hours and hours telling that story all over again in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So if your deliverable is a 6 to 8 minute video, you have to come up with creative ways to take a 10-hour day and break it down into 6 minutes and be able to tell that whole day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not easy.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think that, you know, couples understand how long like that stuff takes.
It takes, yes.
It, you know, just like editing these podcasts is it's a lot of time, you know.
It is.
You got, you know, 3 or more cameras and you got the audio to link up and you got to cut and switch and do this and do that to make it nice. So, you know, an 8-hour wedding day, you know, and I have done a wedding before, videography wedding before, you know, and I had you come with me because I was like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but I want you to be there. You know what I mean? You remember that one we did?
Yeah.
And, you know, it gets difficult, man, and just editing that. And it wasn't a long wedding. I think it was like a 6-hour wedding, maybe somewhere around
on
there.
that farm or something?
Yeah, on that farm, yeah. And, you know, so I get it, man. Yeah. I definitely get it. So, like, with the help, like what you was just saying, should a couple, when you tell them that you have a team and, you know, it's going to be 2 videographers there, should a couple plan on hiring 2 videographers? And I know a lot of videographers I've worked with, you know, it's just them and they got, you know, 3 cameras set up or something like that. But you know, but most of them had 2 videographers. Should a couple hire 2 videographers? I always ask the same question for photographers as well. And I kind of know the answers to a lot of this stuff, but you know, I like to get other people's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sure. I think with me going forward, I no longer do the solo stuff.
Okay.
So at minimum it's 2 of us.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Because you're gonna the quality of the work goes down when there's one person trying. We know weddings days can be hectic.
Yes.
But one person trying to manage all that, especially if there are 2 different locations getting dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot that'll get missed.
Yes.
Right. One person trying to go over here and capture all that. A lot of people think that we can just take one camera, one lens, pop it up in any room and get everything. They don't understand focal lengths. Right. So if the guys are in, you know how to do the guys.
Yep.
They're in a smaller room.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Guys always get the bad.
Right. We always, the women in the nice big room get dressed. We go to the guys, they're in the bathroom. Right. but sometimes we gotta rush back and forth over there. And we don't know that we gotta switch lenses. We gotta do a whole nother setup for the camera and everything. Right? Yeah. And we're missing moments while we over there trying to put the right lens on to fit this room versus that room, the colors. Yeah. Everything is different. And then you might leave the guys' room and go back over to the ladies' room, and then you got to readjust and all that, and you missing moments. But if you had somebody that was dedicated to the females and one to the guys, then they got that set up. We got that, and we can capture more stuff. Okay. So if you got one person trying to do it all, it's tough. Right. And for real, I probably would charge more if somebody want me to do it all. Myself. I'm because going to work with 2 people. You know,
it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. I've done one wedding photographers, you know, it's just me. And it's a lot, you know. I've been doing them a little more now because it's just smaller weddings. Yeah. But, you know, I give all of the information up front. Like, you know, if y'all are in 2 separate hotels, you know, then it's going to be difficult to get back and forth to each person.
Elevators,
you know?
equipment.
You know, and all of that stuff. So, you know, it's better with 2 photographers as well. So, but yeah, man, because it gets hectic, man.
Yeah, real fast.
And you know, and that rolls into another thing I wanted to talk about was like the portrait photos. So like when us photographers are doing the portrait photos, a lot of times the videographers is right there getting some good shots. Right. How long should a couple expect the video to go for the, you know, how long should they expect for the video during the portrait session?
It varies. Okay. I think it depends on the couple, right? And I think that conversation should be had during the consultation.
I would agree.
Because a lot these days people are kind of getting away from traditional stuff and doing different things, right? Yeah. So you might have a bride and groom where that's just not their thing. They don't care for that. They don't want to do that. They want to do something else that represents their personalities, right? Okay. So like for instance, I had a bride who she's a skateboarder. So for that section, she just wanted to get shots of her on her skateboard in her wedding dress.
Really?
Right? And that's what I shot. It was dope. And it took us like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? So then you got people who just don't like posing, right? You got people who don't want pictures of them posing and stuff. They want, let's say you got a bride and groom who their favorite thing is to eat pizza and smash it in each other's face. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And they want that for their video or for their photo.
Right.
How long is it going to take to smash a pizza in their face? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I hope ain't nobody doing that. But you know, people just into different things.
Yes.
So I used to make that mistake too of thinking we have to keep the traditional way and we need this amount of time to do X, Y, Z.
Yep.
But that's because we're assuming that that's what they want.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Sometimes they don't want that.
Okay.
And then they can come off awkward when they're shooting that because they're like, I'm just doing this. I don't want to do it.
Right.
And then you got people who really give you a list of, I want my mom in this, I want this person, that person. Then you keep it traditional.
Right.
But I feel like the time is going to depend on what fits these people's personalities.
So if just piggybacking off of that, what you just said, if they did do it the traditional, like photos and videos during a cocktail hour, because, you know, as a photographer, I always feel like it's just not enough time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then so we as photographers, we need time. And then after we finish shooting a certain scene or something, you know, with the, let's just say we done with the wedding party, or we just starting the couples photos, you know, then the videographer is like, well, you know, hey, hold on, let me get this real quick.
Right.
Like, it's just like, if my suggestion would be, if a couple if they have both a photographer and a videographer, you definitely need to allocate more time during the cocktail hour, because you need to get photos and you need to get videos as well. You know,
so I say about 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes. I'm thinking more like an hour.
But that's the whole. I mean, let's say if everything going perfect and we really got an hour for cocktail hour,
which we usually don't.
Right. So that's why I say about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But about an hour.
Yeah.
Because it depends on how big of the family, how big of the the groups we got put together.
Yes.
And I've seen you guys doing. I bring out somebody else to handle the formals, right?
Yeah.
But people might not believe this, but it's difficult to get a bunch of adults to be on the same accord when it's time for these pictures.
Yeah.
And to get them all looking at your camera at one time. You know, so it can go smooth. You can get it done in 45 minutes or so.
Right.
If everybody is cooperating, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a bunch of people behind you with their cell phones trying to get the same shot.
Right.
And now you're taking a shot at everybody, but when you look at your picture, 5 of them are looking over here at that person's camera. Somebody's looking at this person's camera. And then you got to keep doing it over.
Right.
So if your environment that you're doing the formals in is a controlled environment and everybody is following the directions, you can get it done pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. And, you know, usually the wedding planner is, you know, hey, nope, we got to wrap it up. You know, I got to get them. They got to get ready. They got to get lined up for, you know, and all of that stuff, man. So,
and most times you already starting it later than it should. So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's
so,
tough.
and, you know, and that is one of the things that I like to talk to other vendors about as well. Like the time, like being on time. Like, how important is it to be on time? How important is it for the couple to do things on time? Because a lot of times when we're at weddings, a lot of stuff is running late. You know, how important is it for them to start on time?
Man, it's super important. Because some vendors and stuff don't understand that if they're not on time, it trickles down to all the other vendors.
Yes.
Right. Especially us. Like sometimes, like we, you know, the bride and groom want that shot of the reception hall empty, so they can see how it looked. You know, well, not empty, but the tables and everything lined up without people in it.
Correct.
But if the table and stuff not finished, we already pressed for time.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we get them shots, there's caterers in it,
Yep.
somebody in your shot, all the tables not done.
Yep.
Then we realize, oh man, the candle's not lit yet. You know, and then by the time we try to go in there, they ready to walk in. You know, it's a lot to go on. So,
or Aunt Susie is in. She came to just sit down.
To sit down early. People in there with their cameras getting shots. And it's like us as the photographers or videographers, we come up and try to tell her, hey, we need y'all out the room. They're looking at us like, who are you?
Exactly.
You know, and it's hard for us to get people to listen to what we saying. I try to tell them like, look, the bride just want a shot of this room. Empty first or whatever. When I'm not finished, I gotta put these plates down, you know. So it's
right.
Hey.
So for our couples out there, like that is super important.
Yeah.
Like make sure that, you know, if you want those photos, because a lot of times they won't see it empty. They'll never see it empty.
Right.
You know, or see like the glory of it, because it's usually everybody's in it when they come in.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's say do a first look or something.
Yeah.
See the room. But
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people got to Photoshop people out the shots. Later. You know, so it's not like you. If one vendor is behind, it can mess up.
Trickle down
to a lot of us. Yeah.
So how is it working with vendors? Like, what any advice that you would have for a wedding couple? Like, hey, when you're working with vendors, you know, make sure you do this, or you know, make sure you do that. What advice would you have for them for something like that? Like, and it can be, you know, working with the caterer or working with the photographer or working with the wedding, you know, whatever.
So you say if for the couples?
Yeah, for the couples. Like if you had to advise them from a videographer's standpoint, like, you know, hey, make sure that the photographer know that I'm going to need time, or make sure that the caterer know that, we may be running a little late and y'all won't make it to cocktail hour, or, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What advice would you give them?
It's the communication.
Communication?
Like, yeah. Keep that communication going, even down to your planner or whoever is coordinating and things like that.
Yep.
Just that communication. And if you can't, they got a lot going on, especially the brides during that day. So they need somebody there to handle that stuff for them.
Right.
But
which is why they should have a planner.
They definitely need a planner.
Yeah,
definitely the planner.
Not the venue,
the one that come with it. Yeah,
but an actual planner.
Yeah, definitely, because it sound easy before the wedding day. Like, I just have this person, that person, but when that day hit, all that stuff go out the window. It's you forget so much. Yeah. But yeah, definitely just keep the communication tight, and we all know what's happening.
Yep.
And I think we'd be good.
Yeah, no,
that's where a lot of our trouble come in. We find out stuff that wasn't communicated to us last minute,
right?
And we just gotta just roll with it, like
right.
So
yeah. Are you seeing any new trends in the video world or the wedding world? Like any new things, like anything that's changing? Like Instagram has changed the way we look at photos. Like they're not landscape anymore, they're vertical,
right
and it's difficult, like for a videographer to put a video on Instagram, because when a videographer is shooting a wedding, he's shooting it in landscape mode, which is wide mode. He's not shooting it in portrait mode,
right?
But Instagram is in portrait mode,
right?
Is it any new trends that you've seen that are up and coming, or anything that's different?
I would say it's what's crazy is not even a trend. It's going back to the storytelling. Right?
Okay.
I think what I'm noticing, and it also depends on the age range of your clients too, right?
Okay.
Certain age groups don't care for the social media stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they want a different experience. So I'm starting to see, because people are starting to take video more serious now, or film more serious in their weddings.
Yep.
I'm starting to see people caring less about the viral moments, because that's what a lot of the Instagram stuff is.
Gotcha.
And they more in tune with how well can you tell my story.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm starting to also see my man Justin Porter doing the reality style weddings.
Okay.
They look like reality TV shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I gotta show you that.
Okay.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It looks like he shoot it like a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that. I think that's gonna become real popular soon.
Wow.
But yeah, like a lot of, like with the vertical video and all that stuff, I feel like, that's cool. But I think it's kind of dying out. Like,
Yeah.
And people are kind of, depending on the age group, they want the home experience, not the social media experience.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it used to be before social media.
Right.
So I feel like that's kind of coming back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were saying that Instagram is trying to like roll some of the reels back, because it's like, reels have like taken over, and they want it to be still photos too. You know? So I don't know about that, but yeah, that's what I heard.
Reels.
Man. Yeah, everything is reels, man. So talk a little bit about, man, about your hat business, man. Just off the wedding stuff, just real quick, because my man got a hat business as well, which he makes awesome hats. You see this one that he got on, that thing is nice, man.
I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about the hat business real quick, man.
A little bit. So I make custom handmade hats from scratch.
Yep.
My style is a more distressed, worn looking hats. Like I don't, try to make them perfect. Like my style is like the imperfect,
right?
Just beat up distressed hat. But it's not for everybody. But it's, when you want to walk in the room and just be different and be the only one with it. Like I don't do like the duplicates, like do the same hat over type of deal.
Right.
I do a lot of one-off hats, and you cop it, you got it. But yeah, that's what I do, man. It's coming back top of the year.
Okay.
The store will be back open.
Okay.
Be one of them deals where I drop seasonally, and then what I have is what I have, and
I be one of a kind.
One of a kind.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah. So
Hazlewood the Hatter. That's what's up, man. So tell people where they can find you at, man. Like how, if somebody wanted to, hire you, you know, to do their wedding or something like that, or a corporate event or whatever, like where could they find you? Give us all your places.
For my wedding work, you can find me at hazlewood-films.com.
Okay.
For business, corporate, and things like that, it's underonemedia.com. And that's under with the number one, then media.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And social, I mean, what is Instagram?
Facebook. Where can they find you at? Where can they find you there?
Dwayne Hazlewood. Dwayne _ Hazlewood.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Okay.
Hazlewood Films on Instagram.
Okay.
And Under One Media. On
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
I try to separate them all because if a bride is coming to see
wedding
stuff, then she can. I mean, not just the bride, but if a couple, I'm talking like the bride.
Look, I've been saying that the last past podcast, and I've been catching myself like, I mean the couple, you know, yeah.
But yeah, I send them to Hazlewood Films to see that kind of stuff, so they don't have to see all the other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with weddings.
Yep. Nope, I'm with you, man. I got a different brand for my headshot business as well. Yeah, because I don't want couples coming, you know, to look at wedding stuff and want to talk about wedding stuff, and they see headshots next to it. Yeah. So it's kind of a separate, you know, separate entity.
You got separated.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So for that, you specialize in the headshots.
Yep. For sure, man.
Sure enough.
Well, yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on, my brother. Absolutely. I appreciate you, man. You know, and you came down and looked at the studio and said, "Oh, you can do this, you can do that." Yeah. So I definitely appreciate it, man. I'm gonna be purchasing the stuff that you told me to buy.
Absolutely.
Don't tell my wife I'm gonna be spending more money. Though, you know,
tell her later.
She'll be upset. You know, you spent more money. You know, she really don't care, but you know,
she gonna see she gonna see the you know the outcome of it. Though,
yeah. So cool,
but
man.
I appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, and like I always say, and until the next time, we'll see you on the next one. If you made it this long, thank you.
Yes,
we appreciate you. Peace out.
Peace.